Welcome to season 2. We didn't know that the last episode was a finale, a season finale, but
It sure was. The girls are back.
we are back. It has been a few weeks. Lots has gone on.
Yeah, we survived. We survived the holiday season. We survived winter break. Dude, that felt like the longest winter break. It was 2 weeks for us, but it felt like 2 years.
I bet. I bet that's something that other people go through that I don't think about until they talk about it.
Yeah.
Winter break, spring break, summer break. I'm just out here vibing, enjoying the seasons. And people are like, when does school start? I don't know.
I don't know which is like better or worst because I like we definitely have like chiller kids than I feel like some people do. So it's like it's hard for us to all go from like vibing, being neurodivergent, and then it's like we gotta go, we gotta be there in 5 minutes, we gotta do that. Like it's that's very hard for all four of us on our nervous systems to go from like we were just like, hey, what's up? Like, what do you want to eat for lunch? Let's color. It's just like so chill. And then we have to like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, no, it's intense. It's been
Yes.
intense. But we survived and we're here.
We're here when we've been through so much.
So much.
Um,
We're so positive today.
we we both had some kind of illness. Nobody
Yeah.
knows what it is. I feel like the whole country collectively has had it over the past month.
Yeah. Some kind of flu,
Something.
something, something.
I don't know that mine was the flu though because it was never a fever.
Mine wasn't either, but
I was
I'm pretty sure
ill.
it was the flu.
And I was ill though.
When things are coming out of both holes and you're like your whole body hurts when you just like move it.
The body aches were next level.
Like it's like somehow ever since COVID, like the illnesses get like so much more extreme. Like
Mhm.
like I remember just like being like ha being sick and just being able to still function. Like I was not
I would
functionable.
have to agree with that. I would have to agree that the viruses seem to have a new edge to them since
Yeah.
then, but also people don't have very good coping skills either since it.
Well, it's like more fear-based now, probably since COVID.
Yeah, people don't
Yeah.
don't,
It's
don't have the
scary when
best
they're
coping
sick.
skills. And
Hmm.
so instead of just being kind of more cavalier, like, oh man, I'm not feeling good, like I've got to pound Gatorade and I've got to like eat some soup and I've got to take Tylenol and ibuprofen and oh man, this sucks. It's like, is this some kind of new super virus thing?
Right.
Do I feel like people go to the doctor for stuff they didn't used to go to the doctor for.
So true. Yeah.
Because they're
Hmm.
just like because they want to like seek out that like reassurance that they're okay,
Yeah,
which
I
is
totally agree.
understandable.
Hmm.
Which is understandable, but I feel like 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. I feel like we would just like be sick as fuck with our fevers and our whatever, and we wouldn't even think about going to urgent care or anything.
No, like I still, I mean, I guess like I honestly, I was saying this to Luke the other day. Being a mom has made me like a lot braver because it's like, okay, you feel like shit. Like, what am I gonna do? I still have to do everything that I was doing. Like,
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
my only concern is my kids, and like if they're down bad, then I'm like, okay, well, like let's go, get a doctor's
Absolutely.
note and
For the
do the
kids.
things. Yeah.
But I would never go to urgent care for like
No.
the stuff that I was having.
No.
Oh my gosh, no. Because you know what I'm scared of as a healthcare professional? I'm scared that whatever I don't have, I will then get
Right.
at the urgent care. So it's like, okay, I don't have strep throat right now.
Hmm.
I don't think I have the flu necessarily. I don't think I have COVID.
Right.
Like if I walk into that urgent care, I'm probably going to pick up like additional things. And so like that keeps me
Right.
at the house with just whatever I can scrounge up around here.
Hmm. But I feel like the sicker you are, the stronger the antibodies that you come out with. Like
I think so.
because when I went to urgent care, or not urgent care, I went to my primary, which weirdly feels like an urgent care, but I went to my primary to get my PAP, and
Mhm.
they were like, everybody was like ill and like had masks on, and I was like, I don't care. I just survived the flu. Whatever the fuck
Well,
that was.
I mean, good for them that they like were able to get into their primary care. See, that's the issue is that most
Right.
people when they are sick cannot get into their primary care. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Or, stuck going to either urgent care or the ER. And then it would be such a nicer system if your
Mm-hmm.
PCP wasn't so overloaded that
Yeah.
they were able to take care of you when you're well and when you're sick because
Mm-hmm.
they know you and they know your history. And so that would be really ideal.
Yeah.
Um,
Something Maryland loves is lawyers and doctors. There's so many here. We actually
oh,
have an entire strip. It's just like we call it like just TJ, but like literally the whole strip is like it's like all brown buildings and just all doctors' offices. It's like a literal strip in our town. And it's like that in every town in Maryland because like that's just like how you make money in Maryland. I mean, aside from politics, like you can, take the metro and go to DC but truly it's like lawyers, doctors, you know, and then
okay.
the rest is like the arts.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of doctors' offices here too.
Hmm.
But I think that's just because healthcare is the number one industry in Nashville. Like everybody tends to think that
Yeah.
music is the number one industry, but HCA headquarters is actually here. And then of course we have like Vanderbilt and stuff. So we do
Right.
have a lot of doctors here, but um
I wonder what ours is. What is Maryland's number
number
one
one
industry?
industry. I don't know. Check it out. Let's
Continue
all
though.
together. We're gonna find out.
We were looking up like what made people settle in our town the other day and it was farming, which we like had assumed.
Mm. Frederick Farm.
Yeah, it says tech, life sciences, defense,
Okay.
and advanced manufacturing. So still farming, I guess.
Awesome. Awesome.
Slay.
So yeah, we had a weird variety of symptoms. You had like, how did yours start?
Well, I was sick, like a
It started
weird,
with your son, right?
yeah.
Started
He definitely, his was like right before his birthday. And then,
Brian, yeah.
yes, yeah, his birthday is like 6 days before Christmas. And we took him to pre-K and they were like, he was super zoned out. And I could tell he just felt like lethargic, kind of pale. Like it wasn't really any kind of symptoms aside from like a runny nose. And so I was like, okay, like we'll be fine. We were just doing like Tylenol and Gatorade for him. He didn't really have an appetite, which was kind of shocking for him. And then we thought we were good. And then I got it within like 2 days after him. And then it really just like lingered on for a while, for weeks. Like it lingered past Christmas. Um, I like randomly, like as soon as I was done, got this like weird stomach thing that
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I still don't know if it was like still connected to the flu because they did say this one had like lingering flu effects. But yeah, it just felt like I was sick from like 3 weeks. Like it was long. It was just gross. It was disgusting. So
We
much
were
nose blowing.
we were well, and then we
Yeah.
went to Illinois for Christmas, and oh, man, I just knew. I
Yeah,
just
when you told me that like some of the family members were like hospitalized for it, I'm like, "Oh baby, you're coming back with the flu."
I was like, oh God, so scared. So
Yeah, because
scared.
those even the parents, like when they're around that and you're not like around kids like that, that it just like sprinkles on you. They could just run by you and you're like, "Oh, I'm sick."
Yeah, I was so scared. So, um, the day before we left, we stayed a couple days, a few days after Christmas. The day before we
Hmm.
left, we started coughing, hacking, sneezing. I was like,
Right.
fuck me, great. Um, then we were in the car. I know this is when it happened. I felt it happen. Okay.
I hate that.
We were in the car on the way home, and it was a horrible drive home. So if you
Mm.
recall, we were driving home on that day that the whole nation dropped from like 75 to 15 degrees.
Oh
That-
yeah, that was like that freeze day. Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole nation is going through a 60-degree drop,
Mm-hmm.
temperature drop, because even in Illinois, it was like
Scary cold.
65
Yeah.
degrees or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we're in the car and it was very windy, so
Mm-hmm.
like not a smooth ride, whatever. And Luis is driving, so I do not blame him at all for this. No blame and no blame whatsoever. But he was driving and he sneezed like a big bad spraying
Yeah.
sneeze, and it like attacked my face, like the
Oh, yeah. Like it pushed back onto
droplets.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I kind of like felt them in my nasal passages, and I was like, well, that's it.
Here it comes.
That's
Death is upon me.
it. Now I'm just in this car waiting. I'm just in this car and we're just blowing around
Yeah.
and like the pressure is I'm gonna have like the headache of a lifetime because the pressure is
Oh my gosh.
like
Yeah.
doing crazy things. And I was like, okay. And Seth was coming to town and we were having that New Year's Eve party. And I was like, oh, grand, grand. I love it. And we still did all of that. We still
Yeah.
did all of that.
You really did. I was so proud of you
But
because I just
wow,
kept being like, how are you? Are you okay?
New Year's Eve,
Thank God for
um,
Seth. He like decorated
he
and
did the whole
everything.
thing while I was just on the toilet. Just on the toilet.
Oh my God.
And we let everybody know ahead of time, like, hey, we are ill.
Mm-hmm.
We're ill. But our guests for the party were primarily like very young, very hot gay guys.
Right.
And that wasn't gonna stop them.
No, they're like, it's fine.
They were like,
Everybody
whatever.
else was like sick too. Like even with Blue's birthday party, I was like, sorry. We're not viral anymore. That's what they said. Come if you want.
But you're exactly right. So once you catch like a certain strain of illness,
Hmm.
which I'm assuming that all of this has been a strain or similar strains, you
Right.
can't catch that exact strain again.
Right.
Now, that's the thing that's tricky about the flu and cold because there's so many strains. But if I
Hmm.
have the strain and you have the same strain, we're not going to pass it back and forth to each other.
Right.
Now, like kids often bring viruses home and households can pass them around a lot because daycare,
Hmm.
preschool, school is like kind of a melting pot of different strains of virus.
Right.
So that's more possible, but as far as like are you just passing back and forth the exact same illness? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once it makes its run through like your house, you won't get that strain again.
Hmm.
So that was reassuring. But yeah, so then a couple days after New Year's, like the day before Seth left, he was starting to fall ill, and I was like, oh my God. But he's like, I mean, he was like, well, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it happened, but
We survived.
it was really challenging because between Christmas and New Year's, and then sometimes like immediately after New Year's, is a hard time mentally for a lot of people. So I had a lot
Yeah.
of people like reaching out to me,
Hmm.
but there wasn't much I could like offer in terms of support because I was literally like on NyQuil.
Like, what can I do for you? I
Yeah,
can't even do anything for myself.
I'm in a NyQuil haze. I'm horizontal. I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I I can't breathe. I definitely can't think.
Yeah.
So that was very, very, very challenging. And I wrote something down during that time that I wanted to share because that's what I'm here to do is like help people realize that healthcare professionals are just human beings like you.
True.
Okay, I wrote, it's absolutely horrible to feel like people only see you as a provider
Mhm.
or a means to an end to what they need or want versus a human being.
Mm.
Mm.
That's sad.
It is. It really is sad. So, I don't really know what the answer to that is per se,
Hmm.
because obviously, like, people need help and they need support, but healthcare
Mhm.
professionals need to be able to be in a NyQuil haze sometimes.
Right. And
Or
you know,
like their mindset.
I don't even think that it's like they don't see you as a person. I just think when you're sometimes when you're so mentally ill, your problems are just so consuming that you can't even see anything but your mental illness, you
Hmm.
know? Like
Hmm.
you can't even see through it. Like all you see is anxiety and depression, and so I don't even think it's like, I mean, I know you don't take it personally. I mean, I know, but how can you not at points like that when you're like, I'm so sick, you know? But
Yeah.
I just think it's like almost like a haze because I've been in that like where I'm just like, I'm just surviving. I don't even know what's happening. But this anxiety and depression is so deep that it's like, what? It's like, who's,
Yeah. No, it really is. It really is. But it's just so hard because there has to be, there has to be an answer. There has to be some type of like solution where people can feel supported and heard and they can have their needs met. And also
yeah,
like that healthcare people can have a break.
right.
Because like nobody else is working between Christmas and New Year's.
No, it really is like such, even like deliveries and everything was like
Nothing.
a dead zone.
I
It's
mean,
crazy.
I say nobody. I don't mean nobody. Obviously,
Yeah.
service industry, there
Service industry,
are
retail, restaurants.
law
Yeah.
enforcement. Of course, there's lots of people working between Christmas and New Year's,
Hmm.
but in like office settings
Yeah,
is what I'm
specifically.
referring to. Yeah.
Hmm. They have
Okay.
long breaks. Dentists, yeah, they have long breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No.
especially the way that our like the holidays this year were set up where it was on a Thursday.
Hmm.
Okay, well, I'm not working on Friday. So
Exactly.
really, you've got to give me till Monday. And
Yeah.
then when it was between Christmas and New Year's, it was like, okay, we have Monday, Tuesday, and then
Hmm.
it's New Year's Eve, and then we do it all over again. So
Yes.
really just I didn't I wanted to be off until January 5th.
Yeah. Hmm.
I
And
didn't
like
have any,
teachers were
yeah, I didn't have any
office.
appointments scheduled until like January 5th.
Right. And I think that's normal. I think that's fair to you. And I think, you know, when you're in a more traditional doctor's office setting, I think it will be that way, you
It will
know.
be that way.
I think, I mean, maybe that is like the solution is that like people just need, the healthcare workers need more support, need
Yeah.
more like, okay, like I'm not going to be working these hours, but this is who you can go to, or this is where you can, you know, what you can do, you
Hmm.
know, like a plan kind of thing. And also just like
Well, we do have
gratitude.
that, but people don't
That's
want to do
good.
that. I mean, people don't want to do that. Like,
You're their comfort
I
person.
am so like on my voicemail, on my email replies, like auto
Mhm.
replies. Like, I am very much like, if you need something immediately, go to the ER.
Yeah, totally.
People don't want to do that.
No, because then they're like, I just have to sit there and wait and yeah.
And yeah, are they really gonna get what they are looking for
Hmm.
there? Like the emergency room is obviously you have to go there if you're having any sort of self-harm or wanting to
Hmm.
harm someone else. But outside of that, like, is that really where you're somebody who's experiencing panic attacks? Is that really where you're gonna be best served?
Right.
Possibly, possibly
Hmm.
not.
Yeah. The holidays are so hard and it really sucks because it has so much to do with like consumerism and like capitalism and it's unfortunate. Like we try to keep it like as low key as possible because
Mhm.
I really want like our kids and like our family in general just to like have a normal association with holidays, not that they have to be like big, outlandish, like overzealous. Like it's just supposed to be about family, connection, a really quiet day, a really special day, you know, just like sitting and connecting with each other. And
Mhm.
ugh, so many traditions in America. I think we've just lost the plot, honestly.
I
We've
hate to tell you
lost.
this, but I must pause to go.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
yeah, that was intense. But Anyway,
On to the next.
yes, let's talk. Well, with that, let's talk about
Yes.
our bodies being back into harmony post
Yes.
illness. Because I'm in that era. We're in that era where we're getting back to our
Yeah, there's light. We're seeing the
equilibrium
light at the end of the
state.
tunnel.
There's light. Yes, I've been doing so much better the past 3 days.
Hmm.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've been really on my protein, hydration. I mean, I am drinking this. Girls, side note, girls, if I ever get a brain tumor, we know why. Aspartame. Aspartame, okay?
I can't do those.
The Diet Cokes that I be drinking. And
Yeah.
then this, I just got this at Aldi's today, strawberry lemonade, because I was like, I need a flavored water. But
Hmm.
I don't want to do too much liquid IV.
No, you
Right?
don't.
You want
Yeah.
to keep that very limited. Like
Hmm.
I've read a lot recently about people overdoing it on the liquid IV. You really
Yeah.
don't need,
I
you
definitely did. I used to drink that shit like two, three times a day,
know,
and I was so swollen. Like I was so
don't do that,
swollen.
girls.
Mm-mm. Don't
Unless
do
your
that.
doctor advises you to. If your doctor
Yeah.
advises you to, do it.
No, I was
But
just nursing and I was so thirsty. There's just a child sucking the life out of
but
me.
yes, if I ever get a brain tumor, it was the aspartame. Just know
Yeah.
that. Know that I
Yeah.
drank it. But I hope
That's
that
why
doesn't happen.
I
But
hope it
yeah, just
doesn't happen.
hydration, protein, vibration plate, fiber, which is partly the reason why I just had to like go do an emergency evacuation, which is great.
We love that.
We need to be making emergency evacuations 1 to 2 times a day. You know,
Agreed.
that's
Agreed.
good for our colon.
Hmm.
That's a healthy gut. That's a healthy
Yeah.
gut. How often do you poop? Do you poop every day?
Yeah, I poop every morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Only in the morning. I like, and that's how I know like something's off if I poop in the nighttime.
Okay.
And I'm like a big, like, I have to like go to the bathroom before like I start my coffee.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, yeah.
I don't do it usually before I drink coffee. So it used to be easier. Before I was on
Mhm.
Wegovy, it was easier.
Right. I have
It
heard that.
is measurably more difficult to stay regular on Wegovy. Like, man, I think if I didn't like stay on top of my stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I could probably go 3, 4 days.
Hmm.
And because you don't feel, if I like miss a day of having a bowel movement, I don't feel uncomfortable because there's not like a ton in me, because I'm not
Right.
eating super
Hmm.
a ton. So it's just like I just don't feel that uncomfortable. So I can see how it could easily get out of hand. But I mean, I have like a whole routine. I talked about it in my GLP-1 like reset video. Like it's a very
Hmm.
much like routine you have to go through to be able to like stay regular on a GLP-1. And if you do it, for me, if I stick to it, it works.
Yeah. No,
It
I
does.
agree.
So,
Yeah. I think if you like definitely finding the supplements that work for
right.
you that help you. I will say, like it's a big issue in the like postpartum mom world.
Okay.
And there's a brand, I think it's called Frida Mom. It's like
I've
Frida
heard of it.
Moms.
I've heard
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
They have an incredible fiber postpartum gummy.
Love
You
that.
could literally take like half of one.
Okay.
Like I had that issue. I mean, it was mainly because of just like all of the pain. Like it just hurt to
Right.
push.
Yeah.
Because literally, to me at least, that's what childbirth felt like. I only had back labor. I didn't have any feel. I still don't have I mean, I do now, but I really didn't have much feeling in my stomach for like a long time. And but I only had like back labor, and it really just felt like bearing down to poop. Yeah, for 10 hours. Like I kept telling everybody, I'm pooping. So they were like chasing me around with like a 5-gallon bucket because I had home birth. They were like, you're not moving.
I
Um,
almost want you to have another baby so that I could chase you around your house with a 5 gallon bucket.
I should send you my birth video. It's horrifying. It's like the scariest 7-minute video. I cannot even watch the whole thing. I have to like zoom through it because it's so
Oh
scary.
my Lord.
Um, Hold on. But yeah, at the end, yeah, it was bad. But it really, to me, specifically to me, that's what childbirth felt like, trying to
Okay.
push out the 9 pound, 2 ounce poop of your life.
I can't even imagine. So for what I imagine it to be like, because did you tear? Did you like have any tearing?
I had only had a micro tear on my urethra.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
But that's still very
So, yeah,
like
I did burst like every blood vessel in my face
also,
from
but like even
pushing.
just to have a tear on your urethra is very scary. But you know how there's some
Ouchie.
ladies who like tear from their vagina and like
Yeah,
it.
thank God I didn't. I was so scared
So
about that.
to me, like, and they get kind of stitched up and stuff, and I'm like, I can't imagine your first poop after that happens. You have
Mm,
like stitches down there, and
yeah.
you're trying not to burst your stitches.
Yeah. Hmm.
What?
There's ways to like help with that too. Like
Oh,
they
it's so scary.
literally your midwife will recommend, we're getting really intimate, guys, so sorry. But your midwife will recommend perineal like stretching and
Before you
massaging
have the baby, right?
before the
Yeah.
baby. Obviously, like sex helps so much. Having natural is it's na progesterone's natural and then the other one isn't, or is it flipped? One is like induced and one is like natural. I think progesterone is the what happened.
Pitocin.
Pitocin,
It's what they
yeah.
use to induce. That's a drug they use to induce people.
Oh, okay. So oxytocin is natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, oxytocin. Yeah, so like sex helps a lot with labor. More oxytocin, the better the labor will be. So
Okay.
like
Okay.
it really does help like get the body.
Oxytocin, that makes sense though, because when you have sex, I believe oxytocin is released because that's what makes you feel like close to your partner.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how my water broke was
Good.
oxytocin.
Good. That's
But
so
then
that's so
it was like I was in labor like as soon as my water broke. I know everybody has like different stories where they can like I've heard people like their water breaks and they can like do things. Me, my water broke and I was in like the beginning of my labor was almost more painful than the end. Like it was like those kind of cramps that I was like digging my heels into the bed, like lightening up the butt, lightening up the crotch at
Oh,
the same time. And I was just like I couldn't even like and I had to go up the stairs because at that time we were in his parents' basement. So I had to go up the stairs. It was snowing so bad. So so like I don't even know if this is like white trash or ghetto, but it felt those both of those things that we literally had to put me in his grandma's wheelchair and push me across the street to this house because
oh
we were
my
plan like we
God.
were planning to have the baby on the 20th, but I went into labor the morning of the 19th
Okay.
because we had like stayed up that whole night. So I went into labor at like 6, 7 a.m. and
Mhm.
then I had him at 5:45 p.m. So yeah, so in the like early morning, my husband was pushing me across the street
Did
in
anybody
like
see you guys? What, because,
probably
oh my God,
they're
I don't
probably
know
going
what
to
I would
work and they're
think.
like, what the fuck? And I'm like in active labor.
Uh,
And then we're like texting the midwife. The midwife was like not, she's the most chill person. Like she was like, okay, like we'll be there in like an hour. And I'm like, get her here now. Like,
yeah,
get this baby out of me. And then we had a water birth. So with having the water birth, the water has to stay the temperature. So
right.
that was like poor sweet Luke. That was his job. He was in charge of keeping
Maintaining the
the
temperature.
temperature regulated. So they're boiling water, they're doing the tub water, checking the temperature, and then the midwife's assistant has fetal monitor like on me. Oh my God, I will say, moms, please have an Apple Watch on you. I did not hardly need like heart rate or anything because I just had my Apple Watch on me and it was able to monitor my heart and like do all of the things that
Oh,
way.
that's good.
So they could literally just like look at my watch for me and then just focus on the baby, which
Yeah,
was so amazing. But also annoying because the entire time he was so low. So her hand is like in the water and she's like all up, like in on me, like touching me.
yeah.
And everybody's touching me. And like, it was just like, oh my God. And then the water, you start to feel like soup. Like you start to feel like you're being cooked because you're just sitting in body temperature water. It's not hot.
Right.
It's 87 degrees. Like a normal shower is about 220 degrees. So like, or maybe that's boiling.
That's
No,
way
that's too
hotter
hot,
than a
too hot.
normal.
I think a normal shower
It's
is like
not.
110, 110, I think.
It is not.
Not 220. That's like
You would
boiling
be in
water.
the hospital for burns,
Yeah,
bro.
sorry, that's too hot. But no, it was yeah, it's just by the end I was like,
You were pruny, dude.
hmm I don't even know what I was. I was not even a person after giving birth.
Yeah, no.
So yeah,
Gosh.
I'm gonna send Hannah that video to traumatize.
Oh, I don't know. I'm scared.
No, you don't have to watch it. It's a lot. I
I
can hardly even watch it. Lexi was just determined that she had to film it. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, thanks.
I mean, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Because who knows? Maybe.
Also, like evidence, God forbid, like something negative happens. It's very important to be able to go back
Yeah.
because sometimes, things happen, malpractice, blah, blah, blah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I'm so happy that I never have to do it again. I could definitely not do it again. I'm so glad that I got to do it the way I wanted to, but
Uh-huh.
I don't even know if I would do a home birth again. Maybe I'd go to a hospital. It was a lot of work to do a home birth. Like,
Definitely.
yeah, I give every mom credit, giving birth in any way. Safe mom, safe baby, that's the goal. Like, it's a
I
lot of work.
I don't think I've ever talked to anybody who had multiple children who had like a natural birth once and then a epidural birth.
Right.
So like I would love to hear from somebody who's had both and what they thought.
Yeah, I know Luke's aunt she has seven children. And she's done water, she's done home, she's done hospital, she's
Oh,
done,
cool.
yeah,
Cool.
she's like super open to it all. Just because every pregnancy requires different things from you. And sometimes, and even when you have a midwife, you have to have like an A, B, C plan. And A is like A plus, you got exactly what you wanted. B is like, okay, you got to go to the hospital. C
Mhm.
is C-section. So you have to have a realistic plan and you have to the whole goal is just you kind of have to release all of the perfectionism, and
Yeah, I feel like giving birth is part of why it's so challenging is because you have no control.
yeah, that was my biggest
I
challenge.
think
I
that
was
would
so
be
stubborn.
really hard.
Hmm It is hard because it's like you really do. There's like certain, I don't know what all the terms are, but you really do near like a death euphoric state because the body goes into like so much pain, like
Yeah.
a weird like up to that like death level of
Yeah.
pain where even like my best friend was like it was like you were on drugs because you couldn't be like I was like moaning and groaning and like I was like not hallucinating, but I was near close to where I
Mhm.
was like I was as outside of my body as I possibly could be. Like when I
Heard a
look at
lot of
pictures.
like midwives say, or people, or even L&D nurses, like whenever somebody's, I guess, in that like transition state, I guess like right
Yeah.
before you push the baby out, and a lot of people are like, no, like I'm not doing this, I'm leaving. Like, I can't. And I'm like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
You're stuck.
You must
You
get this
must
baby out of
persist.
your body. Like, I don't know. I just don't, I'm curious how they deal with that because I
Yeah.
don't know what I would say to somebody in that. I mean,
Hmm
I don't know. I'm such a your body, your choice girl. I don't know
hmm
how I'm sure they're trained for it.
Oh my God, yeah. No, my
Like,
doula was the only person I wanted. She was saying shit in my ear that was like she was like every positive mantra that you can think of, like your body knows exactly what it's doing. Like your
yeah,
body was made for this. Like
and that's true.
it's so true. Like, and you have to just really let go and like let baby, just
Yeah.
like let go. Your body and your
Yeah.
baby will figure it out for
I just
you.
don't think I would be like good at working in that area though, because like I know you have to do all the
Mhm.
cervical checks and stuff, right? And if I went into literally like if I went into a room and I was like, "Hey, I need to check your cervix," and they were like, "No," I wouldn't argue. I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Okay, mama, like I don't
Okay,
know.
okay, mom. Okay,
I'm not
diva.
gonna touch your cervix if you don't want me to." I just don't think I would be good at it because or like the fundal massaging and stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
afterwards to make sure that your uterus returns to its normal size. Everybody hates getting it done and it's like so
Mm-hmm.
painful. And I think if
Yes.
people were like, get the fuck away from me, I think I would be like, I'd be glad
Okay.
to. Bye.
I want nothing more. It
Right.
definitely takes a strong personality.
Yeah. I don't think I would be the right
Mm-hmm.
fit to work in that realm because I just would never, yeah, I would never push back when people were like, don't touch me or don't check my cervix or
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to lay on my back. I don't want to do that. I'd be like, okay, okay.
Mm-hmm. But I also feel like even after experiencing just one, I feel that there becomes a sense of like you'd probably very quickly get to a like, no, like this is normal, this is normal. Like it's almost like a muscle memory kind of thing where you're like, we
Right.
have to do this, we have to do this. Like
Right.
because even now when I watch like shows, I'm like, come on, like you got like it won't like on the pit when she get in season one
Hmm.
when the surrogate gives birth, and I was like, when she started taking those like pulling in, and that's like, ugh, it's like so frustrating. Like I'm sure for a doctor because when the mom's doing this thing where it's really time to push, like, and they're not even saying that in a way of like it's not about you anymore because every time you're not pushing that full extent, you're sucking the baby's head back up. And it's like getting to that place where like it's really time to get that baby out because you're getting to a point where baby's out of that safe zone
Right. Oh, yeah,
is going to
yeah.
start sucking up meconium. So
Right.
it's not about you. It's time to get that baby's ready to like breathe the air. And every
Right.
time you're like not getting baby all the way out, you're like sucking it
Every,
back up and you
every
got to just
time.
like if like I remember the last push like it was like everything in my body like they were like if you don't get this baby out, you're going to the hospital like it's danger zone. Like so I was like like get out of
Yeah.
me,
And then, like,
like
what do you mean? Like, what the hospital, like, the ambulance is going to come get you with, like, a baby halfway out of you? Like, what do you
I
mean?
know, no, the end was, I scared everybody. Like, it was so scary because it was just like, they're like, you gotta, ugh, even just thinking about it, it's like PTSD, but like, you gotta get him out, you know? And
No, I could
yeah,
never, I
mhm.
could never go through that. I have a question. Like,
Same.
so when you decided, when you decided that you wanted to have a baby and you, was it planned or did it just happen?
It was planned.
It
Yeah.
was planned. Okay. Did you think about like having to like eject that baby out of your body when you were thinking about getting pregnant and having a baby?
It was definitely the thing that I dread the most. Like, if I could be pregnant, like, again and again, I loved being pregnant. Like, I felt like a superhuman, but like, I hated giving birth.
Because
But
when
I
I think
loved get
about
being pregnant.
the possibility of which it's not a possibility, we
Hmm.
a long time ago made this decision. But when I think about having a kid, I don't think about like trying to get pregnant. I don't think about getting pregnant. I don't think about
Hmm.
being pregnant. Like the first thing I think about is how that motherfucker is gonna get out of me. And then I think about all of the years after that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's where my mind starts with it. It's
Hmm.
just like you would have, my mind is like, you would have to get it out of you somehow. And
Yeah.
like it's either coming out that way or it's getting cut out. There's only
Yeah.
two ways.
Well, I think it really starts to like the thought of it becomes way more prevalent once you hit like your second trimester.
It's getting big.
Yeah, because when you're like I puked from 0 to 14 weeks. I just every morning just puked and puked and puked and puked. And it was like it was beyond morning sickness. Like my body was like this is a foreign object. Like
Oh no.
foreign, foreign, foreign. Like my body was like rejecting everything. I couldn't even drink coffee for 25 weeks. Like yeah, no, it was like my body was like, this is not like normal. And that's how I knew it was a boy, because I was like, a girl would never do this to me.
Good point. Good
I'm like, this
point.
has to be like I'm growing a penis because a girl would never do this to her
There's a penis
mother.
inside of me. It's worth
I
it.
must be growing a man because why am I so sick? And we did the early testing. But also like I'm a big control freak too. And like I by a psychic was told when I was 10 that I would get married twice. I would have a biological child and a stepchild. So once, like I saw Luke with his child, I was like, this is the universe's plan. Like I just got to go
Yeah,
with it, you
because you
know?
knew he was a good dad. And you did have
Yeah.
that to your advantage that you were able to like 100% confirm that he was a good dad before
Yeah.
you had a child with him. Like, that's cool.
It was cool. It was super cool, especially knowing, if God forbid something happened to me, to know that he is already capable, to do it like on his own and
Like,
has good foundation, good family.
mhm.
And he also has like his mom and his sister are like his sister's in the medical field and they're both just like very like practical, like it's just like it's a good family to be a part of and I felt like everything, I mean, everything still feels that way, but everything at that time felt very organic. And that was like the first relationship I've ever been in where it really felt like that. Like I've always been in relationships where I was just like boyfriend, girlfriend, or then my first marriage was like husband, wife. But this felt like family planning. It really did feel like, okay, like we have this child from your first marriage. We know that we want to have a child. And like something my mom has always said to me is like there's two kinds of relationships. There's like you and your partner, or like you and your partner with kids. And it's so true because they really are such different relationships. Like
Yeah.
now, having had two marriages for about the same length of time, like they're completely, totally different experiences. And it is really interesting to go from like having that kind of marriage to now having like a family planning kind of marriage where it's like all around the children. It's it's like another world. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like I feel like it's like the ghosts are talking to us with your light.
Oh.
Hello, hello angels. Hello,
Hi.
hello spirits.
Hi, friends. I guess there's
Um,
friends in here.
there's friends.
This room hears a lot.
It's spiritual.
It hears a lot because like I do all of my like calls
Hmm.
on here, so there's a lot of energy in here.
Yeah. No, I can
We
feel
try to
it.
keep it, we try to keep it good. And it's like the thing that kills me, and I kind of wish that like people on the other side when they're like talking to me, sometimes I wish that they knew that like the whole time that we're talking, like I have her and
Right.
her.
Literally. My children, my babies.
And we're just the three of us are here vibing, deciding what medications that you maybe should take.
I always think about that with remote jobs, like if they knew that I was just surrounded by trinkets. Like, yes, I can manage the team, and I'm managing this team right next to me.
Yeah, yeah, I have a team.
I have experience managing teams.
I'm dying. It's so good. It's so good though. But yeah, I'm just like,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
thinking Prozac. What do you think?
You agree?
And then she's like, no, I think Abilify.
Literally. She's like the angel and the devil.
She's like, I think they should just quit drinking.
Literally. Can you imagine like mid conversation with your patients, they just like you put them on your shoulders. I'm
One of these
dead.
days, one of these days. But yeah, I really wish, I wish that the girls knew that
Oh my
they're,
gosh. Okay, well we have to shift to pop culture.
oh, we have to,
Yeah.
um, okay. Can you tell the difference between Brianna Chickenfry and Zach Bryan's new wife?
No. Like mainly because I haven't heard her speak, but picture wise, it's uncanny. They
The
look
only
like
way,
twins. Yeah.
the only way I can tell is if they were both in tank tops because of the tattoos.
Right, right.
But when she's in long sleeves, like her wedding dress was long sleeved,
Hmm.
no.
Yeah, maybe if I
Cannot
heard like me, I'm a big vocal person. So like I really associate Brianna Chickenfry with her voice. So maybe if I heard the girl speak, I would maybe connect her differently. But right now, it's like it's like he married Brianna,
He's
like
probably not
2.0.
allowed to speak. We're
What was
never
it?
going to hear his
Tougher than all the rest?
That is the weirdest thing to
Like
want your
you throw
woman
her
to be.
around and she doesn't bruise. Like what do you mean? That's not funny. I'm
Diabolical.
sorry. That's not funny.
Diabolical.
Yeah, I
If
know.
Luis was ever like, yeah, you're so tough, I would be like, What?
No, I'm a little baby.
I'm actually like a very delicate princess.
Yeah, literally Luke walked in front of me the other day and like like got on his knees like as if he was gonna give me a piggyback ride. And I'm like, "Do you know I'm like a grown woman?" He's like, "No, you're just a little baby." And I'm like, "Exactly." Like that's how your
Exactly.
husband should see you.
Yes, he
You're a little baby that
as a
they need
little
to take
baby.
care of.
Yes, yes. Like he walks on the outside of the sidewalk, like between me and like the
As he should.
car,
Yeah.
you know,
Hmm.
because it's like, well, I certainly can't be getting like splashed with a puddle
Yeah,
or hit by a car,
exactly.
you know?
Protectors. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So
Zach Bryan is not a protector. Zach Bryan is a nuisance. Like he is someone that you would be like, please don't start a fight. Like, please don't do this. Please don't do that. Like,
that life would be so hard. And I think there's so many women who have experiences with guys just like him where you're like embarrassed.
hmm
It's so embarrassing and it's so exhausting because nobody in your life likes him.
yeah.
Nobody wants you to be with him. You constantly have to defend him.
Yeah, that was my
He's
ex.
he's fucking terrorizing you every day until you finally get so exhausted
Yeah, that you're like, okay, it's actually horrible.
that you're like,
Was your
no,
ex like that? Like just how you described? Because that's how my ex was.
so
Like
bad. It was
so
so
embarrassing.
embarrassing. It was so
Mm.
embarrassing. So he had 3 DUIs. So he would ride around town on his lawnmower. And we were like
Oh my God.
2021.
I don't know what I was expecting you to say. I was like, you're a llama. Wow.
Like
That's
I
incredible.
I would go to my parents every once in a while for like dinner or something. And they'd be like, "Is he coming?" And I would be like, "We will see him coming from far away if he is coming."
It's so funny, like like looking back, like what you put up with. Like, oh my God.
So bad, dude. Oh my God. It's unimaginable, like absolutely unfathomable. And so, like, after that, in my after I left him,
Hmm.
which I had to leave all of my personal belongings there. Like I
Ugh.
never,
Like with him.
yeah, I
Oh
ne
my
like I just had to
God.
flee. Like I never was able to
Mm.
get any of my things back or anything.
Oh,
I
that
really had to like
sucks.
flee in the literal term of the word.
Hmm.
But once I started dating again, like my list of qualifications was so weird. It was like so bizarre. Like a guy
I'm
would like ask
sure.
me out and I'd be like, "Do you have a driver's license?" You know,
Are you insured?
like, "Have you been to jail?"
Do you
You
have a
know,
working phone or a burner phone?
right. Like,
Like weird shit. Yeah, no.
I mean, have you ever gotten so drunk that you peed in your washing machine? You know, it's crazy.
Oh my God.
No, he was so embarrassing and I was so embarrassed, but I was so stubborn too.
Hmm.
Because like, my parents didn't want me to be with him, but I didn't think that my parents had my best, knew what was best for
Right.
me.
Hmm.
And so I was very like dead set on it. And then other people thought that too, really everybody, even people that I did know had, or I guess felt more that had my best interest, but I guess I just felt like they didn't really know him because in between, I mean, it was very much like cyclical. So
Right.
the cycle of abuse is cookie cutter. And
Hmm.
there was very much always these like love bombing,
Yeah. The
eras
crumbs. Yeah.
in
Hmm.
between times that he would be really violent, there was always like good times.
Hmm.
And there was a lot of guilt. He had 2 young kids, and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like, oh my God, if I leave, I'm leaving them
Hmm.
with him alone,
Right.
because I was smart enough to know that if he did not have me to abuse, he's going to be abusing someone,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
I knew that. And that's held tr I mean, that's definitely like held true. Like I know that he's been with other women, multiple other women since me, and I think I'm pretty confident that they've all been in the same
Mm.
situation that I was.
Right.
And so there was like guilt about the kids. And then of course, he just over time also made me feel really bad about myself.
Right.
You know,
When
it's
that's like,
very,
and that, like them targeting abusers, targeting strong women is so intentional. They don't target women that are super passive because it's not as fun. It's more fun for them to completely dominate and overpower someone that is stubborn and that is strong-willed.
Mhm.
It's intentional. Like, just like you said, it's all cookie cutter, it's all intentional, it's all very strategic. And when you know what they know, then it's like never again,
Right.
you
But
know?
I mean, it's so crazy. It's actually so crazy because
It's so
I felt
crazy.
like I could not get away. I was like,
Yeah.
there's no way I'm ever going to get away. But all I had to do was get in my car and drive
And
away
leave.
because he couldn't even drive, Caro.
Like, we're gonna chase me, chase me in a
Like, I mean,
lawnmower.
and he did. I mean, he did
Yes, he did.
chase me.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, like, he would, when I moved to a different town about an hour away, like, he
Mm-hmm.
would have his brother bring him, like, over
Ugh,
there. I mean, yeah, he
gross.
literally did. He literally
Yeah,
did chase me, yes.
yeah, that's not funny.
But at the end of the day, my brain just wasn't able to function on all cylinders because of all the stuff that he was doing to
No.
me,
Yeah.
and it was like, it was lots of different stuff. It was like, sleep deprivation, like
Yes.
keeping you up all night, fighting with you when you've got
Yes.
to go to class and you've got to go to work and you've got to go to clinicals.
Yeah, my ex did that
Or
to me bad. Yeah.
he would hide my notes, he would hide my school books so I couldn't study for tests.
Oh my God.
Just like crazy, weird. Yeah, there he is. Fuck you,
Literally.
demon.
Literally.
Fuck you, demon.
Oh my
Um,
God.
and just it was so much. It was so
Mm-hmm.
much stuff. It wasn't just like getting hit. It was like
Yeah.
humiliation, embarrassment, not letting you sleep,
Mm-hmm.
like not letting you eat certain things. Like
Mm-hmm.
he had an alcohol problem, so um, essentially I wasn't allowed to drink alcohol.
Same. Yeah, I wasn't either. Or it was like if I like he could like start anytime, but if I like ever did, like we were out to eat and I would get like a drink and be like, "Oh my God, ew, like are you an alcoholic or something?" Like and then he was older than me, so there was like a lot of like you're like always like talking down to me and always like you're a child and like,
Yeah.
like just weird. Like it's
Yeah,
so weird.
he had been drinking obviously for a very long time because he was a year older than me, so
Mm-hmm.
on it to be honest with you, I don't know exactly how long we were together because I left and went back so many times.
Mm.
As is also very much textbook cyclical thing.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how long we were together and I don't know exactly what ages I was. I mean, I know it was like when I was 20 for sure, 21
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I having had grown up in such like a strict environment, I wanted to experiment. I wanted to try alcohol. Like I wanted
Right.
to see what that was like. I hadn't been to parties in high school, and then I went to community college, so didn't have the regular college experience. Like I wanted
Right.
to try alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And when you turn 21, that's an okay thing to do, but I couldn't because if I did, because he was always trying to stop,
Mm-hmm.
but like not at all,
Mm-hmm.
not even a little bit. So if I did anything to cause him stress or if I wanted to try a drink, then I was like pushing him to drink.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no.
Did he have like a Christian era? My ex would
Oh,
always have like a religious era when he was like when the sparkle would, when he would try to like be the sparkle again, like be the good. Like we got baptized so many times, maybe like 3 times we got baptized. Like, why did we like why did we get baptized so many times? Like I like
Oh,
or we like have to get close to God. And I didn't grow up religious like at all. Like I grew up with like a single mom that was like had Buddha books everywhere and astrology books everywhere. So I've
yeah,
always was like kind of like the opposite, like looking for connection and community
I
and like
gotcha.
looking, yeah,
I
looking for
was
that.
looking for somebody who was not into that.
Yeah,
I did
mm-hmm.
not want to be in the church. I had seen so much
Oh my gosh,
shit
yeah. Mm-hmm.
in the church. I did not want to be in the church. I did not want to spend my Sundays going to church.
Yeah.
I wanted to be out having a good time. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be having fun, being young. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be young and I wanted to be in love and I wanted to have sex and
Right. Mm-hmm.
just live.
Yeah. I was just like, because I didn't grow up with like a man in the house, like a dad, like I was just like so desperate for like a father figure. Like I was desperate for a family unit. I wanted to be the person that had like a home and like structure. But truly, like looking back, I just wish I would have had like I just needed somebody that I think was just like an older woman, like somebody to just tell me like that stuff will come, like it will come, but just like live life. Because I
Yeah.
really, that's probably the most frustrating thing about abusive relationships is you look back and you're just like, wow, I gave someone my youth. Like I gave them so much of my time and
Hmm.
my experience. And like those were really precious years, like college years, like I gave those away entirely to marry him and
Hmm.
to be in the military world. Like I lost my whole 4 years of college so he could have his 4 years of me being a military spouse.
Hmm.
I was like literally like playing house, like going to officer wives' house and going to brunches and going to church all the time. Like I just became this completely other person. And
Hmm.
like anytime I tried to like be myself, it was like, don't do that. Like don't dress weird. Like don't be weird.
Hmm.
Like don't, like so I was just like I just became like a very watered down version of myself.
I think for me it was a kind afterwards it was kind of the opposite. So it was like it was like very very bad while me and him
Hmm.
were together, and then leaving was extremely difficult. But it literally got to this place. It got to this place to this point where I had to.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
not have an option.
Yeah. You're like,
Like
I'm gonna, if I
I
don't, like, I'm
had
not
to.
gonna, like,
It
survive
was
it.
that. I mean, it was that he started calling my job. That was my first RN job. He started calling my job. He started telling them I was diverting narcotics. He
Oh
tried to
my
get me
God.
admitted into a psych. He wrote a fake suicide letter, tried to get me admitted to a psych hospital.
Oh my God.
And all of this in conjunction with like the violence just like getting worse and worse. So I was like, okay, I have to. And so I did. And it was very, 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 very hard because even though he was like literally the worst. I
Right.
missed him so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Because
I
that
really,
becomes your whole, like,
yeah,
identity
because he
is
isolates
being,
you. That's all you
yes.
have. And so then you
Mm-hmm.
have nothing. And
Yeah.
then to the point that like I also didn't have any, which physical possessions are not important, but I mean it was for like a little while it was just like me in an apartment with like nothing.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so but then like I will say after that, like once I got through that, missing him, and I got kind of angry about it,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was not anything that could stop me because I was like, my God, there's really nothing that I'm going to go through that I'm not going to be able to come out on the other side of. And I think it was also positive in that it did get me out of my hometown. It got me like comfortable with being far away.
Right.
Just like a lot of confidence came
Mm-hmm.
after that. Like so many things that I was able to do, and I knew I could do them alone. I knew like
Right.
that I could do everything on my own, and that I would be able to navigate, and that I would be
Mm-hmm.
like fine. And that definitely is something that has stayed with me. It's like, well, whatever happens, like I'll literally be fine.
Exactly. No, so true. Like when truly your worst nightmare comes true, you're like nothing. Like once you get mad, then the healing really starts.
Hmm. Hmm.
And honestly, like I I was actually just looking back at a post that I had made when I had made my new Facebook because my ex had like taken over my Facebook. Like he would just
That is the sign of a psychopath.
oh my God, just and also just like years after we split up, just endlessly trying to hack my accounts for after he was remarried multiple times, like endlessly trying to get into my accounts. And I'm like, for what, bro? Like, what do you need to see? There's nothing to see. Like,
Nothing.
what, like, it's just obsession, just control and possessiveness.
Yeah.
But I saw this post that I had made, about talking about getting divorced, and everybody that commented was everybody that's not in my life anymore and everybody that pacified my ex's relationship of telling me how strong I was and how much they loved me. It was my ex's sister, my ex's mother, my ex's lawyer, my mom, like everybody that like I literally spent the next few years just getting out of my life was everybody that was commenting on that post. And now looking back, I see that it was almost like I don't know what that word is when it's like they kind of counter like they accept like they're like it's fine, just stay, like get over it, like they kind of accept, that abuse.
But to that point, like you say he got remarried and remarried. Okay, these guys, back to Zach Bryan, they're not gonna be single.
Never,
Okay. So
never.
after like an abusive relationship, a lot of times like the girl will go through either like a single era or
Yeah,
maybe potentially maybe like a phase where she, dates a bunch of guys or goes out with a
yeah,
bunch of guys. Um, but that man is going to be in a serious relationship
over and over again.
yesterday because he has to have somebody to put all of that on.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
am not surprised that Zach Bryan is married because
No,
he's not gonna be single. He's
no,
not gonna be single. Neither is your ex-husband, neither is my ex.
no, they're always going to be. And now, I mean, now that my ex's ex-wife has like finalized her divorce, like I can speak on it. But like, my ex's wife reached out to me and was like, help. And I was like, okay, like I'll do what I can, but like something I noticed is that he was meaner to her because he knew her less. Like it was almost like because there was like less emotional connection, less like time in, less years spent together, it was like she got so much of what I got at the end the whole time because it was just like this monster. Like they just get worse and worse and worse because they're not getting better. And also, my ex loves to, again, he loves to weaponize Christianity and he loves to weaponize therapy and also education. Like, he wants to be educated, wealthy, be in therapy so that he can weaponize all of it against you. You're crazy. I'm in therapy. I'm in college. I'm in church. So nothing's wrong with me. It's you. You're the one that was single and desperate. And look at me. I've been fine this whole time. He's not been fine. He's going to say all of his ex-wives were crazy. The
Mhm.
five that he's had in, well, the, no, the three that he's had in 5 years. But like, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy. No, he's crazy, babe. Like, I promise he's crazy. But he loves to do that. He will weaponize his money, his education, his Christianity. Anytime he's cheating, he's so religious. He loves God. Every time he's sticking it in somebody else, God is his savior, God is saving him. But it's only when he needs it. He weaponizes everything. And that's horrifying. People like
It
that
really is.
are, and it also makes you so like, I was so scared of like people's intentions after
Yeah.
coming out of that marriage because I was like, I don't know what's real. I don't know what's true anymore.
Yeah.
I've
I
seen
think
someone
that's,
weaponize everything sacred to me.
yeah, I think it's really horrifying. This is just personal feeling
Hmm.
when when somebody is willing to like mock God like that. So I am not religious.
Right.
But I mean like I do
believe and like,
I'm
yeah,
a
you have a
believer. Yeah, I
connection.
would
Yeah.
consider myself a Christian,
Yeah,
is what
right.
non-denominational Christian is
Mm-hmm.
what I would consider myself. Like I do believe
Yeah.
in God. And like, even though there's sometimes that I'm like, I don't know, is it like,
Yeah.
is that the way? I don't know. Still, you could never convince me to just like make a mockery out of God.
No, I'm not religious, but like I have faith and I would never weaponize that to
That's
like
so,
prove a point. If
that's,
anything, I'm doing the opposite and saying like, look at what this person's doing to mock Jesus, because I
yeah,
definitely believe in Jesus
yeah,
and who he was and what a healer and a good person that he was. And it's like to mock like the most like kindest healing person, you know?
right. Yeah, I just like that does not sit well with me. It almost like it makes me almost like scared for anybody who does it. Not
It's
your
very
ex.
typical. It's
Not your
very,
ex.
yeah, no,
I'm not
no,
scared for him,
no.
but you know what
He'll
I
be
mean?
fine. The devil's on his side for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't, I mean,
He-
maybe we're wrong. Like maybe our ideas or thoughts about like God, Jesus, maybe those are wrong, you know, like maybe Jesus didn't come to earth and he wasn't like this perfect specimen that like the Bible says that he was. Okay, well, still,
Right.
I'm
Hmm.
don't feel comfortable shitting on.
No, same. And like
You
that's
know?
where like I don't even know like I mean I think a few years ago I would have considered myself a Christian, but like now that I've always been like a deep lover of history
Mhm.
and now learning that like I do believe in Jesus, but I think that the Bible was probably written by a bunch of men
It
that
was.
wanted
No,
to
it was.
control women. And that's where I separate myself from Christianity because I believe that it was used as a book of control, you
Mm.
know? And I some people think that's blasphemous, like my
No, I don't think
siblings.
so. I think it brings a really excellent point because I do think that Jesus loved women.
Totally. He
And so
loved
why didn't,
strippers and prostitutes. He still
yeah,
does if you're
yes.
a lover of him, you
Yeah, and
know?
he still does. He loves women.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
yeah, that brings a really great point. Why were there no women authors in the Bible?
Because they were
Great.
probably like expressing the truth and they were like, shut up, stop reading.
Shut shut
You're
up.
doing it too good.
Yeah, no, I have never, it's crazy that I've never thought about that, but I've never thought about that. Like why there's no like women writing chapters in the Bible. If I would have been in Bible times, I would have been like, hey, I would like to chime in. Chapter 6 is mine. Chapter
Exactly.
6.
No, that's why I like highly recommend to all of our listeners this amazing book, When God Was a Woman. It is like the best book. And I've like definitely skimmed it. I haven't like sat because I have ADHD, but I haven't like sat and read it through. But it's definitely a book that I want to read through because it's just like, it's not like negative to the faith. It's just like history. It's just like what happened and like how they took all of these beautiful goddess religions and destroyed them for the Christian faith. And
Hmm.
again, it doesn't have to do specifically with Jesus. It's just the fact that if something, in my opinion, if something is positive, then it doesn't ever need to take away from something that already exists. If the Christian faith was so amazing, then there should still be these like goddess like beautiful religions that are female dominant and the Christian faith can coexist. But they
Okay.
made sure that didn't happen. And
Mhm.
that's just basically what the book is about, is like they had to go and like destroy all of these things and prove that women's sole purpose was to create life.
Hmm.
Hello, that already makes us superior beings.
Right.
But because of that, the faith had to go and tear down women
Hmm.
and their abilities to create, to no, you're one. You're just like, you're one little thing, and I'm a leader, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm this, but you have one job, you know? God forbid you have the ultimate job of like creating life, like the biggest job in
Right.
the world. But it's like you know, if something is so great, then it shouldn't have to take away from. And you know, that's when pastors told me like, hey, like If you're gonna keep talking like this, like you can't come to Bible study,
Oh
you
my
can't come
God.
to church, like you can't keep challenging us on certain like chapters and stuff. And I was like, okay, like I get it.
But that's the thing. That is the thing.
But I'm such a hot girl.
But God gave us these open minds.
Yeah, exactly.
God gave me this mind that is thinking these things.
Yeah.
Like,
I just think that, you guys know if you've been listening for a while, I just think they got it all wrong. And like I think that it took everything that happened in my life had to happen for me to get here, you know?
oh, certainly.
And then to like give birth to a man, it's just the ultimate like, ah, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's gonna be this like beautiful, tall, blonde, blue-eyed man that's just like, ah. And so is my husband. It's just hilarious, that they're like these like typical like men.
But Blue is he's a sensitive boy.
He is, and so is my
A
husband,
lover
and they're
boy.
so like,
They're lover boys.
yeah, and it's hilarious to me. That's like, to me, that is like God, and that is like Jesus. Like to give
Yeah.
me a son and husband that are fully like devoted to like loving the woman in their life.
Hmm.
And same with like my husband and his mom. Like he rocks with his mom. His mom is like the leader of their household, even though his dad like provides and like works, like she runs everything, and that's what he grew up with. And it's just like that is like faith and religion to me of like truth. That is real. That is
No,
what's
it's a big green flag when a man loves his mom.
absolutely
Huge green flag. Huge
huge.
green flag. I think that's very important to know.
Yeah. And just like
Very, very important to
accept.
know. Hmm.
Yeah, accept what women do in your life instead of tearing them down.
Hmm.
Like, I don't want to be a part of a faith that just believes that a woman is just there to like for you to breed with. She's not a fucking dog in heat, you know?
No.
Like, we're not even built like that, you know? We're not built to just create. Like like yeah, I just
2025, we're leaving patriarchy in 2025.
yes, we are in the
Patriarchy
matriarchy
in
era.
2026.
We
Ah,
are claiming the matriarchy.
patriarchy in 2026. Yes. Okay.
Honestly, that's a great time to bring up the Mother Taylor Swift. The
Mother.
the saint.
Okay. So I asked Caro before we
Yes.
recorded, I was like, girl, now that you've watched some of her documentary, do you feel better about her being so rich? Because I don't like male billionaires, but I do think that Taylor Swift is I'm okay with her being a billionaire because of
Yeah.
how giving she is, but Caroline
Yes.
doesn't like billionaires at all. And so I was just wondering if I'm pretty sure those bonuses, I'm pretty sure they were 750K.
Really? So I thought they were like millions, like a million for the dancers at least. I thought that's what they
I'm
were
talking about
saying.
the dancers. Yeah, I think they were 750,000.
I wish we need somewhere to unbleep that footage. I need
Yeah,
somebody to give me
yeah,
that software. I want to hear the
please comment
number.
and tell us how much.
But that's something I do love about her is how intentional she is. She didn't want it because again, like that would have taken away from them and made it about her. And I love that they show the news clippings and stuff.
When she gives money, because she just gave 1 million to the American Heart Association because her dad had that big heart surgery this summer. And she
Yes.
just around Christmas time, she gave 1 million to the Children's Hospital here in Nashville, the
Amazing.
Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. She gave them $1 million. She does not make these announcements. The organizations that she gives to are the ones who
Yeah.
come out and say this. And I'm sure that she gives even more, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't say it. But the Children's Hospital, for example, is like, thank you, Taylor Swift, for the million
Mm-hmm.
dollars. But I think that's very, very important is that she is not saying, oh, here's $1 million.
Yeah,
She
no.
just gives her millions of dollars away and moves on.
Mm-hmm. Because
So,
even like me, I would make like a post. I'd be like, yeah, I did that, bitch. Yes, I did. So no, humble queen
Yeah.
for sure. Because I couldn't be that humble.
I
Like you
don't know
need to
what
know what I
else.
did.
Yeah, I really don't know like what else she could do. Like I see too online, like I see that when she goes to the Chiefs games, like she
Hmm.
gives them cash, like she
Hmm.
tips really well.
Hmm.
I know like the Christmas Day game. And I don't know how much of this is like accurate. How could I possibly?
Right.
I'm just like going off things on the internet. But
Hmm.
we don't know her at all. But
Right.
like I think the Christmas Day Chiefs game, I think she was giving like $600 to the employees that were working that day.
Wow, that's so
Like,
nice. Hmm.
yeah. And
It's
then
very intentional. And even the like handwritten letters were like blowing my mind and like how, and like, I just think that is like, again, that is the matriarchy right there.
yeah,
That is the kind of leadership that this country needs.
yeah,
That if we're going to be a capitalistic country, then that's the kind of capitalism that we
yeah,
need. That
yeah.
is intentional, that is thanking people for their time and graciousness and gratitude. Like the only way to succeed is to move in gratitude, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Like, I just think that is the way, of like truly being like, thank you so much for like giving me all of your time. Like, that's really what she's saying with this money and with this documentary. I just thought it was really, yeah, I take back my negative feedback. I mean, I still am like, I hope that she's making the most ethical decisions. I'm sure it's hard with that much money to be super ethical because, of course, you're going to be like selfish when you have so much money. Like, you know.
Well, I'm
I mean, how can you not be?
I
I would
have
be
okay.
selfish.
I see it differently. I see like Dolly Parton and Taylor Swift and people like Bunny XO, like Jelly Roll's
Love
wife. Okay, so like as far as celebrities go, I would say those three women are like
your
those are the three
favorites.
women that I want to be like.
Right.
Like, yeah, Bunny, Taylor Swift, Dolly Parton.
Hmm.
I like to me, it is so different when you have a shitload of money from
Hmm.
busting your ass. Like Taylor
Right.
Swift has been busting her ass for 20 years.
Truly.
Bunny has been busting her ass for she's about to turn 46.
Crazy.
She's getting her first facelift
So
here
hot.
pretty
Oh
soon.
my God. If I had a girlfriend, it would look just like Bunny. Oh my God. So hot. Continue.
Yes. Dolly, her whole life. I mean, she grew up in poverty, Appalachia,
Oh my
like
God. Legend.
working so hard. I feel differently about people who come into their money by working so hard and doing so much stuff that nobody else wants to do.
Right.
Nobody else wants to go on a 2 year long tour, 3.5 hours every night. Can you
Yeah,
imagine
no.
doing that shit on your period?
Right.
I can't even
Also,
get
like
out of
her artistry and her natural artistry. Like, especially like I was in like the arts, like in high school and stuff, and like the things that she's doing is just like next level artistry. Like,
So and paying your
wow.
employees really well. I mean, I know that Taylor Swift takes great care of her employees. I don't
Yeah.
know if I don't know, but I'm sure Dolly Parton does.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Bunny definitely does. Bunny
Bunny's team seems so happy.
so tight. And
Like,
they're just so successful on their own. Like they have their own studios and salons that they can still manage and their own healthy relationships. Sorry, I just got
yeah,
really cold.
but I mean, like when she goes to Italy, she's bringing them to Italy. Like I think she does take really good care of them. I think they're really
Yeah,
happy and really fulfilled working for her.
totally. I agree.
And so that's the thing. Like they've worked so hard to get where they're at. They treat their employees well and they treat people well. Like Dolly is such a loving person. Taylor appears to be such a loving person. Like
Hmm.
the way she like, gives a little kid a 22 hat every night. Like
Yeah, she's
that's like
very, very
so
intentional.
yeah. Bunny, she seems like a really giving person. I know that she over Christmas, I know she donated to like a lot of single mom Christmas, and I know she
Hmm.
does a lot for domestic violence survivors.
Right.
So to me, there is a huge difference between that and then somebody who, like Jeff Bezos with Amazon, who
Ugh.
his employees don't even get bathroom breaks.
Yeah, no, it's
Or
like,
the people who work at whoever owns Walmart and a lot of people that work at Walmart are able to qualify for like SNAP and benefits because they don't make enough money.
hmm
So I think there's a huge difference.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a huge difference because, like, again, still unsure if there can be ethical billionaires, but Taylor Swift is definitely the closest to being an ethical billionaire.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, kind of, I think what it boil like for me, what it boils down to is somebody who is rich,
hmm
not off the back of someone else.
Absolutely. And
You're
very,
rich.
like, yeah,
You're
very
rich
intentional.
because you did some shit that other people didn't want to do.
hmm
You've worked really hard. You've done all the things. You've worked your way up. You've been through the trenches
hmm
versus you came up with some idea and then got rich off of the work of others, which is what I
Yeah.
feel like Jeff Bezos is a good example of that. I feel like he got rich off of kind of the backs of others.
He absolutely
Um,
did. And we're just going to keep learning more. As these other companies dissolve, we're going to learn truly how unethical and terrible Amazon has
yeah.
been to the overall like economic.
So that's
Yeah.
just how I feel. Like I'm okay with some people being filthy rich,
Yeah.
as long as it
Yeah.
wasn't manipulative.
I really appreciate her documentaries because I really, and I don't know if it's because she's like a fire sign, so there's like things that she does that I really like resonate with. Like even when she was having like an almost panic attack before Ed Sheeran came in, it reminded me a lot of myself when she was like, I feel outside of my body, and she like closed her eyes and put on an audiobook. Like that's like stuff that I'll do when I'm like panicky and
Yeah,
like really
totally.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then, but then like to shift her anxiety to like a space of gratitude was like how I was therapized, like how I was taught to like get out of my anxiety was to like stop thinking about myself so much and like think about what others are doing for me. And I can tell that's like if she's in therapy, that's definitely like, or at least how she was raised, how she was taught was to like move in gratitude. Like I really, so I'm really grateful that these come out because I resonate with her and
Mhm.
I humanize her. And I, when she talks about like she does these shows and then she goes home to her cats,
Mhm.
like just things like that. Like I just really resonate with like,
Yeah. I think it's so important to just, yeah, realize that like
yeah,
people are
just human.
human beings. We are
Yeah.
all human beings. I mean, she's a huge superstar, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, at
She's
the end
just
of the
a
day, like
girl.
she's watching Law and Order SVU with her cats.
Yeah.
She's trying to figure out her sourdough recipe.
Yeah.
She's engaged. She's in their wedding planning era. She probably is really confused about some aspects of
hmm
marriage. She's
Yeah.
probably like,
Picking out baby names, like just
yeah,
being doing girl things, building her
she might
Pinterest
be having
board.
she might be having anxiety about pushing a baby out.
Yeah, like it's like the podcast is kind of that this episode is kind of starting with how it began, like this, she's just a girl, it's
Yeah,
important to humanize
yeah.
everybody that we idolize, that we
We are
seek
all
guidance
even
from.
right. And like it's totally okay to have boundaries with, I mean, I
hmm
know you have like a lot of boundaries with your mom and everything, and
Yeah.
that's 100% okay. Like it's okay to have boundaries and hard stops with people, but also just like sometimes a little bit of grace, like
Oh my God, yeah.
that they like when our moms were raising us, they were doing that for like the first time.
Yeah.
And
And
they
I will say, even if Pippa was listening to this right now, even if she just hit me with a hey, like the door is never locked. Like it's just homegirl's just not trying at all.
Mhm.
And like I'll be blatant with that because like I have the utmost grace and like love for my mom. That's when I'm just like, hey girl, where are
Yeah,
you at?
yeah,
I'm over here just like doing all the things that you said you couldn't wait for. And
yeah,
like where are you?
exactly.
That's all,
Like just
that's
say
all.
hey. Just say, I wish you would. I wish you would just say hey.
She will one day and I'll be like, hi.
Hi. But even your grandma is just a girl.
They're literally just girls, especially like, when you have kids so young, like you're kind of that age forever. And
Yeah.
I see my grandparents and my parents as like the age that they were when they had that traumatic event of childbirth.
Yeah.
I see them as just like 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds just like doing the best they can. And
Yeah,
it's
because
up to them.
everybody's going through something in their phase of life. I mean, like you're raising your kids,
Yeah.
but like our grandparents are coming like to the end of their life.
Yeah.
And that's like a lot too.
Yeah.
There's
And they
so
want to
many.
like, and they want to, they miss those feelings. They
Yeah.
miss being like having babies and being, I mean, my Nana's uh, considered a great grandparent and she's like apologizing to me that she's not with me and my child all the time. And I'm like, Nana, like, you're not supposed to be, like, you're supposed
Yeah.
to be like living life. And she's like,
Bingo.
I'm sorry that I'm not there. I'm like, I'm not expecting you. Like, I want you to like be happy. And, but that's, you know, that's just who she is. She just wants to be
Yeah.
there. Love
Yeah.
her. God love her.
Love
Jesus
Nana.
love her. And Jesus loves prostitutes and strippers and Bunny XL and Taylor Swift and Dolly Parton
And he does.
and me
Amen.
and Hannah.
He
Amen.
does. Jesus loves women. He does. Any propaganda that the church has against women is a bunch of fucking lies.
Yeah, and if we come out with merch, that's what it's gonna say. Jesus loves women.
He does. You can't convince me otherwise. You can't.
No. Mm-mm. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. And I think whoever wrote that book probably stole it from a woman.
Plagiarize.
That book, the Bible. He
That
absolutely was just
book.
listening to girls talking and was just like, write that down.
Song of
Write that down.
Solomon was definitely like just like some girls talking about getting
The
hammered.
prostitute story was definitely like a story that like if a man wrote it, that's a reach. First of all, that story is like so pro women. There's no way they were like, okay, say your name's like John Smith. Like you can't be like you can't say you wrote that, Sarah. Anyways, this is why I
Yeah.
got kicked out of church.
Well, we're back, guys. Season 2.
We are so back and we love you guys and we'll see you probably next week because we're on it. We're
We're
so
on
on
it.
it.
We're back.
We're back.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.